Hey everyone, it's Double RPG here. I just want to say that Japanese RPGs hold a really special place for me with many critically acclaimed titles such as Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI and VII, Parasite Eve, Secret of Mana, Super Mario RPG, Earthbound, and so much more. However, one of my all-time favorites has to be Lunar Silver Star Story on the Sega CD and the complete version on the Sony PlayStation. It takes everything that you like in a JRPG and gives it more of a twist with friendship, love, and a heroic tale of a boy trying to save a girl from a malevolent disaster on the world. Now, it's existed for over 2 decades, and now we're just getting another remake on the PSP. So in this video, I share to you my impressions of the demo for Lunar Silver Star Harmony on the PlayStation Portable.
Lunar Silver Star Harmony is a third remake of the extremely popular JRPG from the early 90s. When I heard that this game was getting another remake, I said to myself, you have got to be kidding me. The game already has 2 remakes for the Sony PlayStation and the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. But we need a new remake now? As much as I am skeptical of the idea, I tried the demo for the sake of nostalgia. Overall, I can see that the remake looks more promising than I imagined. The tale of Silver Star Harmony stars Alex Noah, who dreams of becoming a Dragon Master and champion to the goddess of Lunar, Althena. Alex has a trusty sidekick, the baby white dragon Null. The two of them have been best friends since they have known each other, and they hope to make Alex's dream come true. Of course, there is the heroine, Luna. She is Alex's childhood friend and love interest, and her presence in the story has a deep meaning for both the past and present events in this game. To simplify, Alex wishes to become a Dragon Master, and Luna's involvement in the tale will lead him on a journey to save the world from a bloodthirsty darkness that is about to engulf Lunar. The concept is that you go through towns, dungeons, caves, and many other places to progress further in the story to make the ending a really happy one. You will come across allies to help you on your journey, such as the slick and uptight mage, Nash, the beautifully shy and future successor to a magical government, Mia, the drunken and lecherous thief, Kyle, no, not me by the way, and the sassy and spirited white mage, Jessica. Together, the 4 youths will help Alex in his quest to rescue Luna and save Lunar from the malevolent darkness. When working together, the heroes will undergo random battles and boss fights in order to grow in status. You are given the traditional stuff on where you command your characters manually or through artificial intelligence. The kicker for the battle is the inclusion of the arts gauge system from the GBA remake. Think of them like limit breaks from Final Fantasy VII, but with only 1 to choose from. Defeating your enemies will reward you with silver and experience points to level up your characters, and you will occasionally learn new spells and techniques. You can use the silver you obtain to buy items and equipment to best suit your needs and your inventory. By looking at the open menu, you can do stuff like change equipment, view or use healing-based spells or skills, view or use items, change formations for the battles or tactics for your characters, saving and loading your progress in the game, and gazing upon the status of each character. Everything in the concept is about the same as in the original and the previous remakes, but there are some tweaks to make things so much easier than before. The controls are pretty straightforward in the world map, towns, dungeons, and the battle screens altogether. Most of them rely on the selection of the X button and the non-selection with the circle button. Probably what gets me very intrigued are the graphics. The design follows the same formula of the hand-drawn graphics from Muramasa the Demon Blade and the Boy and His Blob remake on the Wii. It seems to be the next big thing for 2D Japanese RPGs these days, and it works really well. All of the characters have mugshots for when speaking in dialogue, and they are still in their anime presence from the character designer, Toshiyuki Kubuka. I can say that the visuals work really well for the PSP. The music is remade with more emphasis on orchestral scores from Noriyuki Iwadare. I think it plays better than the PS1 remake as the music sounded more silent and less loud in volume. The voice acting was what really caught me off guard. I had no idea that Yuri Lowenthal would play the lead character, Alex, as his voice is really well done for the character. Spike Spencer plays Null, and I have to say that kind of makes me a bit mixed about the voice. The problem is that none of the voices from the now-defunct Working Designs reprise their roles, as Xseed wanted to keep the dub with the more modern times of those who've had more successes and failures altogether, even though the original cast was offered by their former president, Victor Island, to be in it. However, I find most of the new voices to be fine. Aside from its great qualities, there are a few issues that I have wrong with the demo. First of all, I wish the playable characters could run in both the towns and dungeons. I know that the playable character Alex could walk, but he did it in a speed as if he was running. In this game, he is slower than before. Come on, Game Arts, you figured that you could try to add some speed in the movements. Secondly, I wasn't a fan of some of the voices that I heard on the website. Kyle sounded flat, Mel D.L. Kirk sounded a bit pretentious, and Kyle Hebert as Galleon sort of made me cringe, a little bit. John Truitt actually did a much better job, but maybe this is because they were only one-voice samples, and I have yet to hear the final version. Finally, I feel that reusing the FMV scenes from the PS1 game was a poor move. I wish that the FMV scenes would fit the aspect ratio of the PSP because everything else does, or make new ones to fit with the times. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the demo by far. What made the demo so great was the fact that it retains the JRPG feeling of what I expect in the genre. The staff of the original Lunar games reprised their roles in making a remake. I always said that if remakes were possible, then have the original staff come back and do it with all respect. Some of the voice work is actually not bad, the battles are so much fun, the design looks really spectacular, the music is back and really fun to listen to, and the idea of an expanded storyline with filling in plot holes from the last games only makes it the better. Aside from my disappointment of this being another remake, I can honestly say that Lunar Silver Star Harmony looks like it is going to be a really fun game for both the older and newer fans of the series. Fitting the game's capabilities for the PSP and having an expanded story makes me want to go on another Lunar adventure. Xseed Games has had its hits and misses, and this looks like it is going to be a big hit for people who want to play this on the go. It is certainly on my must-have list for February, and you can expect to hear my 2 cents on this game in a full in-depth review later this year.